Good evening. Welcome to the Baptist Chapel, Houston, Texas. And today the topic of our talk is improve yourself. Jesus always talked about improving the disciples, even improving the other people. Whatever thing he looked at, he wanted it to be improved. Not only that, it says when he went on the Mount Olive, he looked down at the people and he wept. He said, I wished I would have taken you under my wings like a hen takes chicks under his wings, under her wings. Improve yourself because no one else can do that. When you have to improve yourself, you have to work yourself for your life. If I want to improve myself, my child cannot work on it. My wife, Heather, cannot work on it. My father cannot work on it. Or my sister cannot work on it. I have to improve myself. Learn to face things so that when you see things difficult, make your mind in such a way that they accept them to encounter them. So that is called improving yourself. The text is from Philippians chapter 3 verse 13. Philippians chapter 3 verse 13, it says, "No, dear friends, I am still not I should be, but I am focusing all my energies on this one thing, forgetting the past and looking forward to what lies ahead." When you read this text, or when I read this text, I take out three key words from it. It says, "No, dear friends, I am still not I should be, but I am focusing all my energies on this one." The first key word that I take out is focusing, making a target, focus. Forgetting the past, that is my second key word. First one, focusing. Second one, forgetting the past. And looking forward to what lies ahead. And looking forward. Focusing, forgetting, and forward. These are the three key words that I have taken out from the text. Now, I would like to plan these three keywords, how I can work on them. If you are honest and faithful with yourself, you would surely find ways, narratives, passages, so that you can understand them first. Why the writer of the Philippian, Saul of Tarsus, is using these words, because he wants us to learn. He wants us to learn by focusing, by forgetting the past, and by looking forward ahead. Why? Because the text has a message. Whenever we read a text, we do not just repeat the text like a newspaper, because on the newspaper there are many redundant news that we do not pay attention. But the Word of God has a message in each phrase, each sentence, sometime in each word. So how would you do that? First, you act upon it. First thing that you act upon it. Second, when you act upon it, you look these words, you study these words, then you plan. Study, number one. Do, second. 3, act. 4, plan. Study, do, act, plan. These are the four things, four tips that you make in your life, four steps that you make so that you could work on them. The question is, will there be a time when you will stop learning and improving yourself? Because I have seen people in the churches, a lot of people, they are 60, 70-year old. Beside taking little notes from the sermons, they don't do nothing. They feel they are doing something great. You talk with them, they would show you that they are very busy. They would take those 2, 3 tips or notes of the sermon. Then next day, you would ask them any question, they will not know. In America, especially because I studied in America and I struggled with people, that how they struggle with Bible. They struggle so hard because the leader or the person or the clergy who is in the church, he is not teaching it with great emphasis. He is teaching most of the time, keeping that idea in his mind, he's a worker. He is an employee. He is employed by the church and he gets the pay for certain hours, then his duty is finished. This is not the proper way to struggle for the word of God and for his people. So the question is, will there be a time when you will stop learning and improving yourself? If you ask this question to me, I would say no. Because we work all the time and we work every day as a devotion or as our need, and we ask God so that we could follow him by improving, because our God is perfect. He is holy. That is why Saint Peter is saying, be holy like I am holy. There is another question that can come to our mind when we try to improve ourselves. Will it happen when you get your high school diploma? Suppose if you are studying, or if I am studying in the high school, I would make my target. After doing my high school, I would be doing another step. Or if I am in the college or university, I would say after finishing my 2-year associate degree, I would do this work. After completing my 4-year bachelor degree, I'll do this. After completing my master's, I'll do this. After completing my PhD, I'll do this. My friend, the time would never come. If you would like to improve, ask God to help you right now. Present your all flaws, drawbacks, your weaknesses, frailties to him so that he could work on them with you, so that because you have to improve. He doesn't have to improve. He would strengthen you when you would ask him for the strength. Or there is another question. Do you think it will happen when you graduate college? Maybe not. Because after college you will have another assignment to do. Maybe that is job. Or maybe you would like to make a home, or you would like to buy a car, or you would like to buy certain things, or you want to do marriage, or you want to do another degree, or you want to start a business. So in human life, the time doesn't come that you can say, I have improved. We keep on improving day by day as we see the light, as we see the technology, science, our own faithfulness, our own devotion, studies. So there is another improvement question, that is, do you think when you become parents, that time you would improve? In our culture, especially in the in uh, in the Desi culture, we a lot of time when we get married at the age of 25 or 26, we have no we have no idea what life will bring us. We have no idea how we would start our life. We have just this simple idea that our parents, they go, if the marriage is arrangement, they go and see the arrangement a lady or a man. So then after that, they see, okay, this much money we have, let's do it, and then it's done. Then after that, they think, oh, our son doesn't have a job, our son doesn't have a house, our son needs this. So even their life gets stuck with us. So the question is, do you think when you become parents, then you would improve? Or when you have children, would you improve that time? No, my friends. The time is actually today, so that you can understand the present. Present is your life. Past is gone. It will never come back. Future, you do not know whether you would step into future or you would not step into future. I remember when I was in Pakistan and I used to work as a teacher, and I used to go and teach in a industry where these two kids, they lived on the top of the industry, on the upstairs of the industry. And a guy I always met, he was a security guard. He was Afghanistani and he used to sit there. And when I was going up, he talked to me that he's going home to Afghanistan and maybe he would come back after 2 or 3 weeks. And this is the time, let's meet. And I stood with him for like 10 minutes. I talked with him and I just told him to say my love to your kids and my love to your parents. And I was talking. I went up and I taught those two guys, one girl and one boy, and they were both adults, but I used to teach them. And when I came down, while I was coming down and I saw him, he was laying on the chair and his head was like this, and I thought maybe he was sleeping. I went close to him and I called him, Yusuf, Yusuf. Yusuf didn't answer me. I shook his head and Yusuf was passed away. My friends, we do not know that we can step in tomorrow. We can step in next week or the next month. So this is the time. If you would like to improve, if you would like to develop yourself, this is the time. Ask the Lord to help you. Ask your friends to help you. Ask your parents to help you. And you help yourself too. And this is the best time to improve yourself. Or the question is, another big question is, will you stop learning and start improving when you reach your golden years? The golden years mean over 50. I am in my golden years, 50 to 60 years. After that, I will be old and that will be super golden or whatever you call it. So, will we start improving that time? No, my friends, this is the time to improve. This is the time so that you can enjoy the present, because the past is gone and the future, we have no idea. Only we have hope. The grand question is, so when do you request yourself? So when does your request to improve yourself ends? Do you have a certain deadline that you want to improve and this is my deadline? Or you are just keep on thinking every day that I want to improve, I would improve, I'll do this, and the life is just going. When you stop breathing, is that the time you would say that you would stop thinking about improvement? Is it an ongoing project for you? So what is your deadline? If it's an ongoing project, it means that you would never improve in your life. Is it a never ending project that you would say, no, my friends, you have to make deadlines of your present. You have to make the plans for yourself. So how are you going to act upon that? In proverb, um, some it's a quotation. Someone said, "You are what you think." When you plan, or when you have a project to do, it is on your mind that you have to finish it. If you don't make a deadline, if you don't take a first step, that project stays there. There are many, many people in my life I have seen. Many people, they studied with me. Many people, we traveled together in the life journey, but I saw them that they were not moving. So they stayed there. So it's the author says, the author of the quotation says, you are what you think. Whatever you think, it's in your intellect, it's in your wisdom, how you think and how you act upon it. The writer of the proverb writes a verse, Proverb 23, verse 7, it says, "For as he thinketh in his heart, so is he." If you think in your heart and you do it, you would surely achieve it. You will accomplish it. But if you are just thinking and you are not acting upon it, it means you are dead. Instead of creating a deadline, you yourself are dead. And how can you go ahead? So, God intends live above the level of mediocrity. I mean, intention of God is not only that we all humans should live under one kind of umbrella. You must have seen there are very intelligent people. There are very conscious people. There are inventors, discoverers, investigators, those who come to this world, and they do great work. You can take example of Sir Isaac Newton. Take the example of Albert Einstein. You can take examples of many, many people. So a writer says God intends live above the level of mediocrity. If you live above the level of mediocrity, it means that you are proving that you are made on the image of God, and that image lives in you. When you believe that image lives in you, and that image is holy, and that image is the creator, automatically you would have deadlines, you would respect the time, and you would live above the level of mediocrity. Self-improvement doesn't happen automatically. It requires constant, systematic, and disciplined personal development. So if you would like to discipline yourself, improve yourself, you would have to get into the system. Maybe that's your personal system that you make with your own conscience and with your own wisdom, and you would overcome it. Albert Einstein said, you can never solve a problem on the level on which it was created. It is true that sometimes it's very difficult to reach to the level of a problem it was created, but at least you can go beyond it, you can exceed beyond it, or you can reach it with your own understanding, because it is believed, and I believe it thoroughly, philosophically, biblically, uh, and thoroughly I believe it, that man is different than all other animals. All other animals. Like you can take example of me. I am a 52-year-old man sitting in front of you. I am a very weak person. Very, very weak person. You cannot think in your mind even. Why I am weak? Because of my ailments and my sicknesses and my heart surgery and many, many problems. But still, my voice is reaching you. Why? Because I have a message. I have an idea in my conscious. I have a philosophical thought in my conscious that I am a human and I need to do something for humanity. You take the whole creation of the world. God has created very beautiful things. Look at a lion, a very powerful, very beautiful animal, very clean animal. It cannot think. It cannot have an idea for tomorrow. It does not know its past. All it does, he know or it knows that its meat is my food. He would grab the meat, he would hunt the animal, he'll eat, and is done. He is ready only when he would feel hungry again. Human beings have so much burden. God did not create us with burden. God created us just naked little child. We have created all the burden for ourselves. More. I want more. I want something more. I want more. So when these practices are practiced in our life, we die with a lot of burden, a lot of load, that sometimes it's so hard to go from this world. That's why the whole Sermon on the Mount, Jesus is preaching and talking that how we can detach ourselves from the worldly pleasures. So he said you can never solve a problem on the level on which it was created, but better you should reach somewhere, close or beyond. You can improve in the small stuff when you allow God to work in your life. Number one is, it all begins with your attitude. The first thing that you have to, when you would like to improve yourself, you have to make your attitude positive. Prepare your heart and program your mind. That is the first thing. Third, fix your thoughts on which is true and honorable and right. Think about things which are pure and admirable. Think about things which are worthy of praise. It's Philippians chapter 4 verse 8. Always think the positive ideas and the things which are worthy of praise. Self-improvement is a lifelong process. Learn from the mistakes of others. Don't take pride in exceeding your expectations if your goals are only mediocre. Learn to have strong testimony so that you could testify the great source that works in your lives, so that you can understand, you can have a worldview that you are created on the image of God, and what is your next duty, what is your next task. When you feel you have learned a lot, it is just a start. Do not ever feel, do not take a pride even that you know something and you have learned so much. Always feel that there is another step to go. Acknowledge your mistakes when someone tells you. Never argue with people. It was my habit. When I was growing, I always argued. Somebody asked me something that you have made a mistake. I felt very bad. But now if somebody tells, I feel very good that I can improve myself, develop unique style so that you can improve on every step. Use time, money, and talent very wisely. These are the blessings. And if you have extra, use it for somebody else so that tomorrow you may not regret that why I did not help. You can ask the question to yourself, if I need $10, if I need 10 rupees, why God has given me 100 rupees? Because He wants you to help someone. Seeing is better than looking. It's a philosophical idea. Seeing means watching with your eyes. Looking means you just go through. Seeing is better than looking. Listening is better than hearing. Doing is better than talking. A writer said, if we neglect taking care of ourselves, we can't take care of others. If you do not know how to take care of yourself, you cannot take care of other people. First, learn to take care of yourself so that you could walk properly on the land of great Yahweh, so that one day when you stand before Him, you could answer His questions. That was all for from the Baptist Chapel today. And I would say, take care. Do not forget to pray for the world, because the world is in chaos. Especially pray for the Muslim brothers and sisters. They are struggling with the idea of their theology, with the idea of their propagation. Do not forget to pray for the world, especially for the Church of God. The truth that they propagate may all come under the umbrella of redemption, because we are made on the image of God, and it's our duty to take care of each other, uplift each other, help each other. That's why we are on this earth, and that is the purpose of God giving us so many years so that we could be help to each other. Thank you so much, and may God bless you.